India's Home Minister Amit Shah has told the House that 3 militants linked to the Pahalgam terror attack were killed in Kashmir, though identities are still being verified. Meanwhile, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh categorically rejected President Trump's claim of brokering a ceasefire between India and Pakistan, saying New Delhi faced no foreign pressure to halt operations. Singh revealed that following the April 22nd Pahalgam attack that killed 26 tourists, India launched Operation Sindoor, targeting 9 terror hubs across the border. In just 22 minutes, India claims over 100 militants, trainers and handlers were eliminated, and operations were paused only after Pakistan's DGMO pleaded for relief. As Singh spoke, opposition leader Priyanka Gandhi launched a sharp attack, demanding accountability for intelligence failures, questioning the 3-year delay in blacklisting the resistance front and asking why no intel flagged the Pahalgam plots. She also pressed for Home Minister Amit Shah's resignation, citing historic precedent from the 2008 Mumbai attacks. In response to opposition claims, Singh denied Pakistan's assertion that 5 Indian jets were downed, stating all Indian assets were fully protected. Well, joining us to discuss those updates, Dr. Vipul Saxena, defence expert, joining us from New Delhi. Dr. Saxena, we spoke earlier today about Operation Sindoor itself, and of course the claim that 3 of the terrorists involved in the Pahalgam terror attack were killed, though their identities have not yet been named. I want to focus our attention now specifically, firstly, on the claims about Donald Trump. Of course, we know that the Trump administration tried to take credit for the ceasefire that was agreed. That has been set in the Indian lower house as not true. What's your response to this reaction from India in the face of Trump claiming another win for peace?
I think this was the right opportunity and right forum where the foreign minister and defense minister have made a statement in the parliament, because as a parliamentarian, whatever they speak in the parliament, it is on oath. While giving a press statement may go here and there, but when you speak in the parliament, you are accountable for it. So I think government did a right thing by commenting on this, denying on this in the parliament instead of going to press, because Congress and other opposition parties have been pressing on that why no minister or government is not denying claims of Donald Trump that he is the one who has brokered the peace between India and Pakistan. So I think very clearly stated by the foreign minister, Mr. Jaishankar, and the defense minister, Mr. Rajnath Singh, and in the parliament, both the houses, that there was no mediation by any country, and no one individually also has intervened in the matter. See, in the diplomacy, generally, the statements and languages are not kind of a direct attack which happens in the political statements. So once a minister says that there was no intervention by any country or any individual, it points to the denial of any kind of statement made by anybody as a country or as an individual. That they did not name Donald Trump or they did not name US, but denying this on the floor of the House, it means that any kind of statement made by any politician or any country, it was untrue.
Yes, and Dr. Saxena, let's look now at the comments that have been made by the opposition leader, asking for accountability for this attack and also calling for Amit Shah's resignation, citing the 2008 Mumbai attacks. What's your response to that?
See, I think it is a very, very big system, and the insurgency and proxy war by Pakistan is not started after NDA government has come into power in 2014. This has been happening from the time the independence took place and Pakistan became an independent country. Since then, this problem is creating problem of peace in between both the countries. So one can only, because India does not want to attack. It is our policy that we are a peace-loving country and we never attack on
Yes,
any country.
Dr. Saxena, sorry to interject. I'm conscious of how much time we have, and I just want to look at these comments that were made by Priyanka Gandhi relating specifically to Amit Shah and responsibility over this attack. Could you give me your response to those comments she's made specifically?
No, I think it's unfair to seek resignation of Home Minister or our Defence Minister because, yes, they are responsible as a minister, but then in this kind of system where it is like a proxy war, where somebody is not coming directly for fighting war with you, it can happen anytime. And the borders with Pakistan are so dense jungles, that despite regular patrolling and intense patrolling, there are always chances of people sneaking out because especially Pakistani people and Indian people, they look alike because they're ultimately they're all brothers. So recognizing who is terrorist, who is not terrorist is really very difficult. And Pakistan also has made a lot of tunnels across the border, which are passing through jungles. So saying it is very easy to pinpoint somebody's responsibility, but practically on ground, if you really go to the border, it's really very challenging. Despite the fact that our forces are very alert and they're really doing the best possible job, but still, as I said, that these are not foreigners; these are look-alike people who look like Indians. They're Indian old brothers. So it's very difficult to find out who the militant is, who is not the militant. Because if by mistake, if any wrong person or any non-militant who is probably a localite, if he gets killed, then it becomes a bigger political issue. So I think it's very unfair. As long as government is making fair efforts and they've got a response to every failure that has happened and corrective measures been taken, I think there should be.
Yes, and Dr. Saxena, just very briefly before we finish, of course, speaking about diplomacy after an event of the magnitude and the tragedy of Pahalgam on April the 22nd is difficult. I want to bring it back to the humanitarian aspect. And now that Amit Shah, Home Minister, has announced that 3 of those terrorists involved have been found and killed, how much of a relief will this be potentially to the families and friends and loved ones of those who lost their lives and those who were affected in the strikes that followed and the military action from Pakistan that impacted many areas along the line of control and the wider border?
Yeah, I think it will bring a big peace to the families who lost their loved one during this Pahalgam incident, where 26 people, one was foreigner and 25 were Indian people who were killed. And as I said, that's very difficult to identify who the militant, who not the militant is. That is why it took such a long time for our forces to really identify these people and kill them yesterday. And for last, these people were operating in this area for last almost 1.5 years, as per the government sources. And they were basically working as a sleeper cell, mixing around with the localites. So it became very difficult for our forces to really pinpoint and identify the right people who were actually the one who killed this 26 people. So that is why it took so long time, and government was committed on either arresting them or killing them. And finally, government got succeed. And I think it's a good news for Indians and humanity.
Dr. Vipul Saxena, thank you ever so much for providing insight and your time on that discussion.